What's going on, everybody? J17 here. Powerful magic integrated with social dynamics. Welcome to this really cool, it's beginner card trick. And basically, what you're going to do is you are going to ask a spectator to name any pair of face cards. So they could do the two blackjacks, if I can find. There we go. And they can name any of the face cards that they want. I'm going to be using the two red jacks because the Jack of Hearts is my favorite card in a deck, and so we're just going to utilize the two red jacks. But it can be a free choice if you want to give the spectator that free choice. So what you're going to do after that is you put these to the side, and you're going to have a spectator freely select a card. So you can either do this, or if you have a table, you can spread out and just have them pick a card. So we're going to have them pick Queen of Spades here, and now we're going to have them put it into the middle, get one more peek at it, and then we are going to try to do a couple of we're going to try to find your card utilizing the two jacks. So we have the Jack of Hearts and the Jack of Diamonds, and which one is your favorite? I prefer the Jack of Hearts because it is my favorite card. So just from doing years of experience with card tricks, being a magician, I can tell just by scrolling up where your card is in the deck. So all I have to do is stare at the deck and know exactly where to stab these two cards in. So I gotta go like this and stab. I'll pull out one card, Queen of Spades. Let's learn how to do that. Alright guys, so this is the Jack in the Hole card trick. Again, you don't have to use you don't have to use the red jacks. You don't have to use the black jacks. You can use any face card, any ace if you want to. I guess you could utilize a number card if you want, but so what's happening is you have your two cards. You have somebody pick a card. So let's go ahead and use just one. 5 of clubs. You need to control it to the top. Now, what I did during the performance was the invisible pass. I have not taught that on this channel. Possibly in the future I will, but for now, you just control it to the top. So here's an easy way to control it to the top. You have the 5 of clubs. You get a break on top of their card, a pinky break. Change it to a thumb break. And then you're going to do a double undercut, which is you have the break, you're going to peel half of the cards off, put it on top, and then peel everything else at that break, put that on top, controlling their card to the top. Alright, we'll do that one more time. 5 of clubs, the break, cut half of it, put it on top, put the other half, put it on top, and it's on top. So then you pick up the cards and you tell the spectator that you're going to use these cards to find their card. And what you're doing while you're explaining is you're pushing over the top card and catching a break under that card. Well, you keep your hand like this. And then what you do, you're going to take both of these jacks and you're going to square them up, and you have a break below all 3 cards, their selection, and the 2 jacks. You can pick up all 3 cards at the break, and you're going to be like, we have the Jack of Hearts and the Jack of Diamonds. Which one's your favorite? I personally like the Jack of Hearts. And what you've done by doing this is you have sandwiched their selected card under the other jack and in between the 2 cards. So they're like this, and you want to be careful not to have them separate. I think I had them separate during the performance, but that's okay. So you just want to clamp down hard on the cards in order to not have them separate. So then what you do is you talk about being able to know where their card is. You can do math if you want. When I first learned this, they said about, do like saying a random number like 24 and from the bottom and blah, 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 blah. I don't really like math, so I just say, just by eyeballing the deck, I know approximately where your card is. So you're going to riffle, and when you stab into the deck, all you're doing is splitting the jack. Okay? Because you have your fingers on top of their selection. It's just as easy as pulling back with your thumb, your right thumb. And so you're here. Make sure not to have them separated. And you're just going to pull back with your thumb under the guise of stabbing the cards. Okay, so let me get these lined up again. So you go and you start riffling through and you stab, making sure it's messy. And because you've done the pullback, when you come out of this mess, it looks like you've caught one card in between the two jacks, which is their selection. Okay, so we'll go over one more time, having the break that you've controlled it to the top, pull off the cards. Which one's your favorite, the Jack of Hearts or the Jack of Diamonds? I prefer the Jack of Diamonds. Grip, riffle through and say about where their card is, if these cards want to cooperate. You can add some math to it if you want, and then give it a riffle through and you pull back. It would help if that was the opposite way, and you're just pulling back, but you're doing it under the guise of riffling and stabbing the cards through the deck. So you riffle, you stab, maybe you actually catch cards like that, you just pull them out, and you say we're left with one card, which is your 5 of clubs. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you have a lot of fun with it. It is a really cool card trick that you can do, and I hope you have fun with it. It's a really cool trick. I've performed it a few times and gotten some great reactions. Yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like the video, comment down below what you thought of this trick. Make sure to check out whatever video I leave on the end screen. I'll see you guys over in that video, and I'll see you next time.